welcome to PCATTACK. Today I'm going to do a comparison between the HD600s by Sennheiser to the Audio-Technica M50Xs. I got the M50X over the M70X because to me M50X sounds better. It's more bass, more comfortable, great size and coloring, everything about it. I prefer these over the M70Xs. Without further ado, let's get into a comparison. Comfortability wise, it's going to be subjective to opinion. Open back will not let your ear sweat. Closed back, you will eventually get sweat, especially because of this false leather, whatever type of padding this is, to cloth. You know, cloth is better. The only problem with cloth is that it's going to attract particles, hair, lint, everything's going to attract to it, and it will pretty much stay there, and they're harder to clean than a false leather. On top of that, I prefer if you buy these, there are some cushions you could purchase. They're $30 or $34.99. I'm not unfamiliar with which price it really is, and they're a thicker padding, so it will be better for you. You know, for some people that's long listening or very sensitive his or hearing or ears or something like that. But for comfortability wise, as it is right now, I had zero problems with this. I could wear these for about hour and a half, you know, sometimes maybe an hour to 2 hours, somewhere around there, and I don't have any problems. If I take them off, I do have to take them off for a few minutes, let my ears breathe, and I can put them right back on, which is pretty good. Negatives between on the HD600, you need a DAC amp. You really need something to power these. If you don't have a DAC amp for these are going to sound okay, but you're not going to get no loudness or anything like that. It's going to sound really low depending on, you know, the ohm impedance of the device that you're using. These, a lot of people said these do not need an amp. Neither one of them need an amp. These do not sound good without an amp at all. So to say that you need an amp to drive them is false. To say that you need an amp so they could properly sound the way they're supposed to sound is justified. Without an amp, these are not going to sound louder than, you know, a pair of $20, $30 headphones. And your detail and clearness comes in with a DAC amp. You need that to get that detail. These, an amp will actually help these out also. But you don't need a, you know, $1,000 DAC amp. Get you something like a $70, you know, DAC amp, portable. And these will help out a lot, especially for bass, vocals, clarity, sound separation. It will help in all those aspects, so it will give you a better listening experience. For gaming, wider soundstage, because of the bass, I prefer these. The bass is a lot tighter. You know, these are closed back, so, you know, bass vibrates. It's going to come to this part and come right back to you. Open back, they're open. So, in retrospect, the bass escapes. So even if this did have equal bass to these, you won't be able to tell because this is open and this is closed. So, closed emphasizes on bass. But everything I hear, soundstage on these are a little bit better, but only by a little bit from what I prefer. Some people, it's more than that, but it depends on your game. You know, Call of Duty, Counter-Strike, this would be a lot better. A game like Metal Gear Solid 5, I prefer these. Even though, you know, it's more wide openness. I like the sound of these. I like the bass of these. I like the rumble of these. You know, just prefer these. Not saying that these are better because they're not. I just prefer these. Movies, also once again, prefer these because the emphasis on the bass. But for the vocal clarity and stuff like that, these are way better. The HD600 is way better. Music, if you're into bassy music, M50Xs would do a little bit better job if you have the proper DAC amp for both. M50Xs would do a little bit better job, not a lot. Proper DAC amp, you do get a sufficient amount of bass out of these. But music, not even comparable. Especially when you go vocals, jazz, orchestra, anything with vocals, instruments, or anything like that. Hands down, this wins, especially with the DAC amp. That's not even close. Clarity wise, you know, the level of detail, the flatness, the balance, not even comparable. These win by more than a country mile. These are not even in the same category. It's such a far difference between these two. you won't even want to hear these again. You would. That's what happened when I listened to music on these. I was listening to these for a while. Then I put a proper DAC amp, the Audio W87. I heard music on these, and then I went right back to these headphones, and I put these in the box. I almost took these back because that's how vast of a difference it is. There is stuff that's in the music. You hear everything in the music on these, but everything isn't flat and isn't properly balanced per se. It's like the fade in and out, the effects and stuff like that. It's more pronounced on the WA600s, and everything is heard at the level that it's supposed to be heard at, instrument wise, vocal wise, you know, EQ and wise and everything. I can hear every minute detail in these HD600s. Portability wise, of course. You know, if you're leaving, going out, these are great to have. You're not going to want to go out with these on your head, but it's, you know, subject to preference. And especially to have a portable DAC amp, you need something that could drive 300 ohms. And no portable DAC amp that I'm aware of is going to properly drive these headphones. I heard, what was that, the Sound Blaster EA5s? They don't properly run these. It's different. It's a different sound between this and the Audio WA7. They sound a lot better going through something like that. So, in my opinion, is there a winner? No. I prefer the build qualities over these. That's not to say these aren't built well. These just feel like better construction. Feel and what is totally different. I could feel these all day. These could crack before these, or these could crack before these. You'll never know. But they both have solid build quality, so I'm happy with both. At the end of the day, it's going to be your opinion. If you're mixing and mastering, you need a real flat, and you want to leave these at the desk. If you're mixing and mastering, but you want some portability, get the M50Xs. Great pair of headphones. You know, this is my collection. I like them both. Depending on what mood I'm in, depends on what I pick. So, you know, follow me. I'm going to have another video comparing these to the Astros. I know, probably no need for the video, but just in case, you know, people out there, curious minds want to know, so I'm going to put the video up there. If you like it, subscribe, thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Any comments or suggestions, please leave below. Thank you, guys.